Hi everyone, welcome to Kole Sukailu, Real Aikaiwa Shadowing. Let's get started with today's shadowing lesson. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Hyomo, Ishoni, step up, Shimasho. Practice daily to master vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and rhythm. Repeat. Try again and again. Zeiki. Shanaru no Toroku wo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Ever been in an online meeting, ready to share your screen, but unsure how to say it in English? There are actually many ways, and some are more effective than others, right?
Absolutely. It's not just about saying, I will share my screen. There's a bunch of more natural and smooth ways to do it. And in a business setting, it makes a difference.
Exactly. So let's tackle 5 phrases that help you share your screen like a pro, and we can then discuss those within the context of a conversation a bit later on, right?
Sounds perfect. So first up, we've got, would you mind if I share my screen?
Yeah, that's a good one. It is spile, polite, asks for permission. It's not forceful or demanding.
Exactly. It shows consideration, especially if someone else might be sharing. Then you could also say, let me share my screen.
Right, to the point, clear and simple. It's a direct statement, but still quite professional.
Then there's, I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay, that one is a heads up, letting everyone know what's happening next, so nobody's caught off guard.
And sometimes you just need something really quick. So you could simply go with, I'll share my screen.
I see. Very straightforward. Good for when things are moving fast. And finally,
The last phrase is, I'd like to share my screen with you.
that adds a bit of a personal touch, makes it sound a bit more engaging. I like it.
Yep.
So those are the 5 phrases.
Yep, those are our go-to phrases for sharing a screen smoothly. Now, let us imagine a little scenario to see them in action. What do you say?
Perfect. So let's set the scene. Imagine a couple of Japanese English learners in their 20s. They're having an online meeting with some English-speaking colleagues. Let S's call the Japanese speakers A and B.
Okay, so A starts needing to show something.
Right, and they're going for one of the polite ones.
Yep, they say, okay, everyone, we're ready to start the presentation. Would you mind if I share my screen?
Good choice. Sets a respectful tone right at the start.
Yeah, and the colleagues reply, sure, go ahead. Which makes for a smooth transition, right? Now, imagine B needs to share a document later on.
So maybe now they use a more direct phrase.
Yep, they could say, okay, next, let me share my screen to show the new design.
That works perfectly, clear, concise, and no need for additional fluff.
Exactly. Now, let's say the discussion flows naturally, someone else is presenting, and A needs to show a quick chart.
Right. In this case, something quick and to the point is needed.
Exactly. So they jump in with, I'm going to share my screen now just quickly to show the quarterly sales report.
Get straight to the point so there's no delay, perfect for that moment. So we've covered being polite, being direct, and giving a heads up. What next?
Okay, so things are moving fast. And B needs to jump in again with some crucial information.
Okay, so something simple and direct is necessary now, I assume.
Yep, so B simply says, I'll share my screen to quickly go through that.
Quick, clear, efficient, exactly what you need in that kind of situation.
Precisely. And then let's imagine A is wrapping things up. They have to share a summary slide at the end. They go.
Okay, so they would need something a bit more collaborative.
Right, so A says, okay, I'd like to share my screen with you all for the final summary.
I get it. That's great because it makes the audience feel included in the process, which is a nice way to close it.
Precisely. So those 5 phrases in action in a pretty realistic scenario, right?
Yeah, that makes things super clear. You can really see how each phrase fits in with a different context and the way things are moving in a meeting.
Exactly. It's about choosing the right words to make your communication smooth and effective.
So before we wrap it up, let's slow through each of these again so it's clear, like you're teaching someone. Ready?
Absolutely. First up, would you mind if I share my screen?
Perfect. Second, let me share my screen.
Got it. Then there is, I'm going to share my screen now.
Right. Then you've got the short and quick, I share my screen.
And finally, I'd like to share my screen with you.
Awesome. Those 5 phrases should really help anyone share their screen smoothly during an online meeting.
Definitely. Knowing these phrases will not only make the meetings more productive, but also boost anyone's confidence during their next online meeting, right?
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? Kyomo Sukoshi Zutsu step up. Dekimashita ne. Hontou ni. Sugoi desu. Please let me know your thoughts or requests in the comments. And, ぜひチャンネルの登録をよろしくお願いします。I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. 明日も一緒に頑張りましょうね。See you next time. Bye bye.